Hello everybody and welcome to another video talking about FIFA 19, or more discussing something about FIFA 19 and kind of ranting about it. More specifically to do with the journey, as the title would suggest. I don't know what I'm naming this so far at this point, but I'm sure it gives it away. I'll try and keep this video as short as possible, but it's kind of my view on the journey as a whole and my main issue with it. Now, in case you don't know, I'm guessing as you clicked on this video you already do know, so be sure to skip ahead like a minute or so. But the journey has obviously been, or the story that the journey will follow in FIFA 19 has obviously been shown. Alex Hunter will be joining Real Madrid for the third instalment of it, and what will be the final instalment of the journey. And as I will talk about in the bit, I'm quite relieved at that, but we'll get to that when we get to it. So the journey will be taking you and Alex Hunter to Real Madrid, which means you've moved clubs about 4 fucking times in a year as a 18-year-old or 19-year-old. Which we'll talk about the story plot flaws and as well in this video, but not yet. This is just the intro to it. And this, especially on Twitter, particularly with specifically career mode people and also pro clubs people to an extent. It's kind of, I wouldn't go as far as to say it annoyed people or angered people. It kind of just made people think, hang on, this is a single player mode. Why do you seem to be caring more about this? Obviously, career mode in particular, career mode is, just to give you sort of background to me in FIFA, career mode / manager mode from before it was career mode were the big deal for me. That was the shit for me. I love manager mode back on like FIFA 6 to FIFA 10, and career mode's the thing I love about FIFA now, even through the years of having neglected that mode, I think it's fair to say. And I really want career mode to get back to where it was, and a lot of people do, obviously. For a lot of people, it is the main single player mode, not the journey. And as I said, it has been neglected over the next few years, the last few years, sorry. And I'm pretty sure most people are expecting a similar thing this year. Obviously, you get the Champions League and Europa League, which is a big deal for career mode because the Champions Cup and Euro League, in terms of realism, in terms of trying to portray these European nights, just was nowhere near good enough. So from that point of view, that's a good thing. But in terms of actual features, they'll probably do one thing. There's been a snippet going around from one of the videos they put out when they were talking about FUT earlier on last week now, which showed the menu for career mode, and it looks very similar in terms of aesthetically. The only main thing we could get from it was the fact there was one more tab on the menu, which could be anything because we don't know, and that's probably going to be honestly the one new feature. Hopefully it's a big one, something like youth, but I wouldn't hold my breath about it. Knowing EA, it's probably something stupid. And career mode has been left for a long time now, and it's really quite annoying for career mode people, obviously, and career mode fans. Which is why when we see the journey, you can't help but feel a little bit, I don't know what's the right word, hurt, betrayed, just a little bit like miffed and confused as to what EA are trying to do here. Now, everyone's main, I don't know if excuse is the right way to put it, but everyone's main reasoning for the lack of features to career mode from EA, everyone has given the excuse of it doesn't make them money. Now, I don't really agree with that anyway, because frankly, it does make them money. People buy the game for career mode, and the games are just going to get more and more expensive. I mean, new consoles aren't that far away. They go up again. It's about 50 quid for a game. Some people are paying up to 70, maybe even over 100. I'm not too sure on the prices for like the bigger editions, depending on where you get them. It is getting them money. Career mode does get them money. People buy the bloody game, and that's expensive. And if EA really do have that attitude of, oh, we get more money from something from Ultimate Team, maybe, I seriously, they need to fuck themselves, frankly, because that's just arseholery of the biggest kind. Yes, I'm going to say that's a word. So I don't really stand for that argument anyway. But that argument becomes even more flawed when you look at the journey. The journey is a single player mode. EA make no money from it in terms of players. They don't get any money from microtransactions, as far as I know. Anyway, I don't think you can. If you are able to buy things like cosmetics, and you do buy, I mean, that's just weird. But the journey doesn't make them money. It doesn't make them additional money. To mode that on FIFA 17 and 18 was okay at best, no better than okay. And not only that, people don't stay on the journey for any more than a small amount of time. At most, you're playing it for a week, and then you never go on it again. I've not touched the journey since finishing it on FIFA 18. And it gets you a week of playtime. Now, the fact that EA would be so desperate to focus on a mode that does that over a mode that has the potential, at least, to keep people interested for a year. And in some cases, back in the day, I kept playing FIFAs for multiple years because of a career mode or a manager mode. Career mode has the most potential to be played for the longest amount of time. So why are they focusing on the journey mode, which is going to keep you at best for a week? It's going to be probably about 4 hours of game time at most. And a mode that, I know maybe I'm just talking about myself here, but I'm pretty sure my opinion goes with most people. A mode that people don't care about that much. Yes, you might enjoy it, but if it was out on FIFA, would you care? No, I don't think you would. It's just not a mode that I think they should give a shit about. To be honest, I know there are certain other games that have done it well, but sport games and stories have never really gone hand in hand for me. First of all, the people creating sport games don't tend to be experts at narrative, which is why the storyline of the journey isn't brilliant. It's not that great, and the way the characters portrayed and things they say and what they do, it's not brilliant. And sport games don't tend to have brilliant stories, in my opinion, and quite often sports films. I know that's, some people like sports films, so I'm stepping on eggshells with that opinion, but generally sport in that sort of media and sport in terms of telling story isn't really something that I enjoy, I have ever enjoyed, and that's something that I think is abundantly clear with FIFA and the journey. I don't think they tell stories brilliantly, and I just don't see why it should be they're selling it as the primary single player mode, or almost. I just don't understand why they're doing that. You notice with games like, obviously, Call of Duty this year doesn't have a campaign. Call of Duty is probably the best example I can think of off the top of my head. Call of Duty doesn't have a campaign this year for one thing. They realise that people don't play it as much. It's the same with FIFA. It's not going to the time spent playing the game. The journey's going to have a very, very tiny % of that. But going back to my example of Call of Duty, even in the past, yes, the reveal trailer will often be more campaign orientated than anything else because it's showing the setting, it's showing what you can expect. But when you look at the way Call of Duties were revealed, you'd have the initial reveal trailer quite often. It will be a big deal on the internet, but no more. And they don't make a big deal. It's not until the big conferences and big gatherings that they start talking about multiplayer, and they have more of an emphasis on that. But in terms of the marketing of the game, they market zombies, they market multiplayer, they market it as much as a campaign. And this year they're not even having a campaign. It's because single player campaigns, as I'm talking about, they don't have that longevity. They just don't. And particularly in a game like FIFA, they won't, because Ultimate Team takes a lot of thunder. And for those single player players, if you get the single player FIFA players in a room and get them to answer questions like, would you rather play the campaign, or would you want a campaign type thing, or would you rather play career mode? Is anyone going to say the journey? Seriously, is anyone going to say the journey? And that's my main problem with the journey. Its very existence basically is my main problem with it, because it's just, one, it's taking more time away from career mode. And Pro Clubs gets to mention this too. I don't want to forget Pro Clubs, just like EA too. I'm sorry if you're a Pro Clubs person. It takes more resources and more time away and more people away from career mode and Pro Clubs. It shows that they don't necessarily care about the fact that players won't be making money. Obviously, they're probably making money from Real Madrid and things like that for the journey, and that might be a reason why they care so much. But no, I just don't. It really annoys me that the journey gets so much focus from EA, or it has done in the last 3 years, when no one cares. As I said at the start, the story of it isn't even really that good, in my opinion anyway. Okay, yep, you start in the Premier League, you get to pick a Premier League club, you get to break through, that's all fine and dandy, you go out on loan for a little bit, that's all fine. And then all of a sudden, you think, oh, Real Madrid want me. Oh no, they don't, my agent messed up. And then all of a sudden Crystal Palace are like, no, you got to go, that's bullshit. And then you go to LA. I mean, they're not even telling a realistic story. All they're doing is, oh, you're giving us money to be in the journey? Oh, LA Galaxy, you're going to be in the journey. And then you go to Bayern Munich, Atletico Madrid, or PSG for what appears to be 6 months because you're going again. In what world would Bayern Munich, I pick Bayern Munich in mind, in what world would Bayern Munich go, okay, this guy's changed our season, that's the whole plot, you go there to try and save the season, trying to win the Bundesliga or the league or whatever. So you go there, you win them the league, and Bayern Munich go, you know what, we're going to sell you to Real Madrid. That's good. Good logic. I know it maybe isn't aimed to be realistic, it's meant to put you in the world of a footballer, but what's the point? What is the point? It is basically a glorified player career mode. That's literally all it is, and player career mode's fucking shit, so it doesn't say a lot about Journey, does it? But yeah, the Journey ending, that's my final point. It's going to be about the Journey ending. It's a trilogy, it's going to finish after FIFA 19, and to be honest, for me, my chair keeps squeaking, that's annoying. To be honest, for me, it's good riddance. Again, I don't hate the Journey as a thing to play, it's okay, and if it wasn't in FIFA, I really wouldn't give a toss. So hopefully, it being off FIFA, and hopefully they don't replace it with some other fucking shit type of story bollocks. It being off FIFA, they'll be able to concentrate on what single players want, and I can't remember their names for the life of me, but I doubt they're watching this, but sorry if you are. But the community managers on Twitter are becoming more and more prominent for FIFA and EA in general, and I hope that is a catalyst for career modes and pro clubs to become better and better. Obviously it's a bit late for FIFA 19, but for FIFA 20 and in the future. And with the Journey ending, hopefully they'll see what single players want, and they care about single players, because at the end of the day they still buy the game, they still paying £50 or whatever it is to play their game and to enjoy their game, and no matter what just because they don't want to give EA like a further £5 every week for fucking money for packs, doesn't mean they should be considered any less of a player. It's like a football club giving certain fans more perks because they occasionally buy a cheeseburger, whereas that fan doesn't buy food in the ground. He's not giving us an extra £4. What a bastard. It's basically like that. That's what they're doing, and I think that's, well, it is wrong. There's no real way of saying otherwise. But yeah, I think that's pretty much all I want to say. The Journey has, in my opinion, definitely helped career mode fall further, because again, it takes resources away, it's taken time away, it's taken money, like financial backing away, and things like that, whatever that might entail. And hopefully ending will be a good thing for career mode and a good thing for pro clubs, even a good thing for Ultimate Team, because let's face it, Ultimate Team could do with a little revamp in my opinion as well. The whole game could do with a revamp. We've had those bloody tile menus for years now. Come on, do something. Anyway, that's about that. I forgot to mention at the start, but I really would like to hear from you people. You people, what am I saying? You guys in the comments, that's what I mean. If you like the Journey, why? I'd be interested to know, frankly. But yeah, what's your thoughts on all this? Are you happy the Journey's ending for that exact reason? Are you looking forward to career mode? Because I'm guessing most people here are interested in career mode. Are you optimistic? Because I'll be honest, I'm probably not. for FIFA 19 at least. I'm not that optimistic. But we can only live in hope, and hopefully one day they will get it right. Like I say, they are starting to slightly give more of a damn about the community, which is nice. And the community managers on Twitter seem lovely guys. So I haven't actually talked to them at all yet myself, but they seem like lovely guys. So hopefully FIFA is in better hands now. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Talking of Twitter, be sure to follow me on Twitter. It's at itsconnor0512, like my YouTube name. It's in the link in the description as well. So be sure to head over there. I don't really tweet often, but I want to start to be honest. So yeah, go follow me on there if you're on Twitter. If you're new around here, subscribe for more FIFA. Like the video if you enjoyed. It's not really an enjoyment video, is it? If you agreed with any of my points that I made, be sure to leave a like. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in another video. Goodbye.